do this one, a little history. Who's been to Wanakena? A tiny little town. Awesome. All right. Y'all live there? Yeah. It would be you and just a few other people. So, let's try that there. So yeah, I think there's only about 50 or 60 year-round folks there, and then of course summertime it triples or quadruples, and if you count the Ranger School in, we typically have 50 to 60 students just there for the year, living down there at the end of the road. But right about the time I got this guitar, actually, I wrote this song about Wanakena. There was a festival coming up, a celebration of 100 years and so forth. Early 1900s, basically the first decade is when Wanakena was founded. It was in its heyday with several hundred, if not 1,000 or more people living there, hard to believe. And lots of wood manufacturing facilities were there. And the land was all owned by the rich lumber company who would come from Pennsylvania because they cut all the trees down in Pennsylvania. So they came to the Adirondacks, they found the Cranberry Lake area, and they cut all the trees down there. It took them about 10 years, and then they moved down to Vermont and did the same thing. That was kind of what was going on then. Forestry as a profession, as a science, and so forth was really not established or just getting established. Looking to the future in terms of forest management and sustainability was not part of the day-to-day mentality there. So anyway, this is a story of Wanakena, and then we'll take a little break. This is probably my most requested song for some reason. It's really strange. It's a little remote town in northwest Adirondacks, but no matter where I go, they've actually used this song for a skating show in Star Lake one year. So imagine that. So. In the northwest foothills of the Adirondack Park, along the shores of the Geraci, lies a tiny little town with a great big heart, founded by a lumber company. And the history of this old mill town, rivet the restless of days. But what most people want to know most about the town is how the world got its name. Well, the old guy Keith said he wasn't quite clear how the name Wanakena came to be. But if you listen to him talk around the general story, you'll learn Herbert Rich was the key. As he traveled by train to the Adirondack woods to find a new place for his men to tramp, he saw Wanakena painted on a Pullman car and said, "That's what we'll name our lumber camp." Wanakena sounds pretty good to me. Wanakena stands for living simple and free. First thing you do when you build a new town is make sure goods and people can get through. So from Benson Mine Station to the middle of Wanakena, they built a railroad in 1902. And then into the woods they extended the lines to get timber to the hungry mills quicker. And then even more trains came in and out of town, hauling tourist lumberjacks and gum pickers. One of the very first people to arrive in town was a man named Otto Hamley. And it didn't take long for him to meet and fall in love with a sprightly young Ada Keith. One fixed the machines, one kept the books for the mills on the south side of town. And when the wood ran out and the mills closed down, the Hamleys said, "We're sticking around." Wanakena sounds pretty good to me. Wanakena stands for living simple and free. Well, by 1912, after 10 prosperous years, most of the forests around town were gone. And the mills closed down, and the question remained, would this quaint mountain village hang on? But through the efforts of Hamlin, conservation began. A ranger school was founded that fall, and other rich lumber lands became wilderness preserve, and tourism in Wanakena lives on. Wanakena sounds pretty good to me. Wanakena stands for living simple and free. northwest foothills of the Adirondack Park, along the shores of the Geraci, lies a tiny little town with a great big heart, founded by a lumber company. And the history of this old mill town will rivet the restless of Dane. But what most people want to know most about the town is how the world got its name. Wanakena sounds pretty good to me. Wanakena stands for living simple and free. Wanakena sounds pretty good to me. Wanakena stands for living simple and free. Stands for living simple and free.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break, about 10 to 15 minutes. So, got lots of good stuff coming your way. Thanks.